All right. Let's do this. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. I hear your comments loud and clear. It's finally time for an EDC update of summer 2018. Now, since my last EDC update, a lot of things have changed, but at the same time, there are still a couple of those items that I always carry with me, and I have been for a long time now. We got a lot of stuff to go through, and I don't want to waste your time, so let's get right into it, starting with my keys. Yes, this is still the Trayvax link. I know I show this in every EDC update because I always carry it, and I have been for a long time. And to answer your question, no, this is still not available. I get DMs and emails from time to time of people saying, yo, let me get that Trayvax link, I will buy it from you. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna sell it because I do use this thing all the time. This is a quick detach lanyard from Trayvax. I just clip it onto my belt loop and then tuck my keys in my back pocket. Trayvax, if you're watching this, please bring this back. I get so many questions on it. I don't have a good alternative to recommend you guys. Basically, before this thing, I was just carrying my keys on a carabiner, same thing on my belt loop into my back pocket, but yeah, I really love this thing, and I would really love to do a TS edition Trayvax link. I don't have any updates on when these things will be available for you guys, but hopefully it will happen soon. Also on my keys is the Gerber Shard. This is probably one of my longest carried items. I bought one of these back when I was in college a couple years ago, and I've been carrying one ever since. The original one that I had, I lost when I was up in Ithaca, New York. I bought a new one right away, wrapped it in paracord, and this thing has not left my keychain for a long time now. I honestly use this thing pretty much every single day, whether it's to open a bottle with the bottle opener, pry something up with the pry bar, or use them as a screwdriver. It also has a Phillips style head on this end, so I would really recommend picking one of these up. They're a couple bucks, maybe like $8 right now on Amazon, so check that out, throw it on your keys, and I think you guys will actually get a lot of use out of one of these. And then last but not least on my keys is the Olight i1R EOS. I showed this tiny little light in a comparison against the Marauder. If you guys haven't seen that video, you can check it out at the link right up here. I threw this on a little clip of its own, that way I can take it off and put it back on anytime that I want really easily. This might be hard to see, but this one actually has my name engraved into the side of it right there, so that's pretty cool. This is a twist operation. You twist until you get the first mode, which is 5 lumens, and then a little bit more, and it will bump up to 130 lumens in this tiny little package. Very cool, impressive little light. If you twist the light all the way apart, you will also find a little micro USB port there because this thing is actually rechargeable. I don't use this thing a whole lot, but it is always nice to have a light, especially on your keychain when you're fumbling with your keys at night trying to get in. So when I'm not carrying a dedicated pocket light, I always have this thing on me, and 130 lumens, that is pretty damn good for a little EDC light. The i1R is just $20 on Amazon, so again, very good value for something that you're probably gonna get a lot of use out of. So that's it for the keys, and speaking of lights, Olight specifically, let's move on to my dedicated pocket light. This is the i3T EOS from Olight, again coming in at only $20 on Amazon, so again, very good value for a small light like this. It fits in your hand very well. It has a clicky tail cap on the back here, very similar to the Streamlight Micro Stream that I used to carry all the time. One click for 5 lumens, and then if you click it again, you get 180 lumens. This light is probably dead, at least a little bit. The battery is definitely not fresh because I use this thing a lot. If I unscrew the tail cap here, you will see that this runs on a single AAA battery. Very easy to find and relatively inexpensive as well. It has a nice pocket clip. I just wish it was a little bit stronger because this thing does tend to move around in your pocket from time to time. And it also has the reverse clip on here, so if you're wearing your hat forward at night, you can simply clip this light to your hat and you have an instant little headlight if you're working with your hands. So very cool feature. I like seeing these on lights. This light has replaced my Olight S1R Baton. That was also a great light, however this one is just so much cheaper. It's a little bit more pocketable, it feels good in the hand. If you've used a Streamlight Micro Stream in the past, maybe this thing is worth taking a look at because it is a very good light. Next up, we'll move on to my wallet, and not much has really changed here. This is my Trayvax Ascent, and of course it is my limited edition with the TS logo on it. Carries bills in the back. You pull this little nylon tab to get any other card out. I of course have a Trayvax shift comb in here, beard comb, got to keep the thing nice, you know. The leather is getting nice and patinaed. I have my IDs in the front for quick, easy access, and yeah, this is a great wallet. This specific version with my logo on it is no longer available. That only ran for about a month, so if you got one of these and picked one up, thank you guys very much for the support. But if you are still interested in taking a look at one of these Ascents, they are available on Trayvax website now. I will leave a link for that down in the description, as well as a 10% discount code. See, this is going pretty quick. We're just moving right along. I guess I do have to talk about my phone for a little bit. I get questions about this from time to time, and I am carrying the Google Pixel 2 XL. I have a matte screen protector on here, that way you can't really see fingerprints, and when you're using swipe to text, it's just a little bit nicer of a feeling. A cheap Amazon case that's clear because I like the overall design of this phone. This was a couple bucks on Amazon, so if I can find that, I will leave a link for it down below. Also, one of my pop sockets, we are sold out, but I will be doing a restock at about 300,000 subscribers, I believe, so that takes a lot of work, and I will work on it soon. Some people have also asked about this little slip in the back here. This is actually a fortune from a cookie. It says, "Doing what you love is freedom, and loving what you do is happiness." Great little quote if you need some motivation from time to time, whatever. On my phone, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Nothing has really changed except for the back page is now filled with a ton of these crappy mini games. Since I've been traveling a lot lately, sitting in cars and planes for hours and hours, I just fall down the hole and I play all of those dumb games. I have all my social media, my Canon app for my camera, GoPro app for my GoPro cameras. The reason I like this phone is because it is running stock Android. It always gets updates first because it is a Google phone. Front-facing speakers, the screen is okay, not the greatest thing ever, but the camera on this thing is phenomenal. Maybe in the future I should do a vlog just using my phone camera because this thing really is impressive. The one downside that I can think of about this phone is that it does not have a headphone jack. It is just a USB-C port on the bottom here. So I did have to go out and buy Bluetooth headphones. They work great, sound good too, so it's not that big of a deal. Now let's move on to my knife, which I'm sure some of you guys might be excited about this one. Recently, I've been carrying the Microtech Tachyon 3. You may have seen my Ultratech review if you want to check that out, link for it right up in the card up here. I legally cannot carry that knife here in Pennsylvania, however, there are laws that say I can carry a balisong, so that is what I've been carrying. Is this knife a little overkill for EDC? Yeah, 100%. The blade is very long. Overall, it's just a big knife. And to be honest, I don't use knives all that much. I'll use them to open packages from time to time, but at the same time, I can also use my Gerber shard for that. I would not classify myself as a flipper, but just the action on this thing with the ball bearing system, it's super smooth. It is a great balisong. This has a very strong pocket clip. I've never been worried about this thing sliding out of my pocket. It has a spring-loaded latch, which is nice for flipping. It kind of stays out of your way. To open this thing up, everyone knows the typical move if you've ever had a butterfly knife or balisong like this before. It definitely is not as fast as a flipper knife or pretty much any knife for that matter, but there are also pretty quick ways that you can open it. Just a simple flick of the wrist will pop it open. Same thing to close it. And then if you're into flipping, you can do all of that crazy stuff, which I'm not particularly good at, but I can do a couple things here and there. Latch drops are very quick if you ever want to open your knife backhanded like this. I don't recommend doing that in public because that is pretty intimidating. And then there's like rollovers and stuff, which I don't like doing because I'm really not that good at them, but we'll see if we can get one here. I'm not super good at them, but I mean, I really just carry this thing because it is a very high quality knife. I like the finish on it, looks good, so I use it. That's it for the knife. Now, before we move on to the guns, which is probably going to be the longest talking point of this video, I gotta talk about my belt and my shorts. This is my Trayvax cinch belt. I did a full video on this recently. Of course, has my TS logo here on the side and over the whole buckle. Check that out at the link right up here. If you're watching this video when it goes live, these are available for the next few days. I believe it will end at the end of this month, so pick one up while you can, and you can also use my code to save 10%. Also, the shorts that I'm wearing, I have shown these in a video recently. These are the Vertx Hide LTs. They have reinforced pocket seams up here, which is very nice. Nice thick belt loops. Mesh pockets on the inside for some better airflow, and this thing has pockets all around it. AR-15 mag pockets on both sides, rear pockets, angled side pockets down here. If you want to check out the video of the shorts that I did already, I will leave a link for it in the description down below. Also a 25% discount code for anything that Vertx sells. So check that out if you guys want to see some more gear. Oh, my watch too. I've been getting a lot of questions about this watch. This is a simple G-Shock. I believe it is a 5600 blackout. I'm really not a huge watch guy, but time is becoming increasingly more valuable to me, so I picked this thing up. It was about $100 on Amazon, and I will leave a link for it in the description down below. It's waterproof, it's black, so it matches pretty much anything, nice and lightweight. It just fits my lifestyle and the things that I do. It is a digital watch. It has the time and date, also has a stop clock and a timer, a light on it. Fairly simple watch, but I think it looks good, and I've been wearing this pretty much every single day since I got it. Alright, now moving on to my choice firearm. I of course carry firearms whenever, wherever I can, as long as it is legal. So for my past couple of EDC updates, you may have seen me carrying my Glock 19. This is a Gen 5 19 with the Olight PL Mini on here because I have it molded in this QVO more discreet holster. The Glock 19, obviously a great gun, you can't go wrong with it, but my tastes are slowly changing. Now, some of you have been asking in the comment sections, yo, are you actually carrying the Smith & Wesson 2.0 3.6 inch? And I would say yes, however, just after that video was filmed, this is a little channel insider information. Just after that video was filmed, a friend of mine reached out to me who is working with a very well-known firearms manufacturer, and he said, hey man, I'm coming out with this custom pistol line and you gotta send me that 2.0. And of course, I can't say no to a modified gun, so I sent the pistol out to him and I should have that back soon. One of the main things that I like about that gun, not only did I shoot it very well, but the grip angle was something that really stuck out to me after a while. Once I started shooting more guns with different grip angles other than Glocks, I really found that I shot them better and just more consistently. After shooting one of those more preferred grip angles after a while, I would pick up my Glock 19, try to put my sights out on target, and then of course my front sight post is kind of up in the air. If you've ever been used to getting the sight picture on an M&P, you will know that typically when you pick up a gun with a grip angle like a Glock, your muscle memory is going to push your arms out and angle your wrists in the way that you would be holding an M&P. But since this grip angle is a little more extreme, you kind of have to tilt your wrist forward to get a nice sight picture. That's really not a huge deal for me. I still shoot these Glocks very well, as most people do, but I wanted to switch it up a bit with a gun that I shoot very well, and it happens to be one that I just recently did a video on as well. Since I can't carry my M&P lately, I have been carrying my custom CZ-P07 from Danger Close Armament. Now, I'm not going to go into this whole gun again. Of course, I will leave a link for that video up in the corner if you want to check out all these modifications. I did multiple videos on the P07 and it is just a great gun. It feels really good in my hand. It's still polymer, so it's not super heavy like the Sphinx. If that thing was lighter and I had a holster for it, I think I would shoot that more and get used to carrying that. But I've put a lot of rounds through the P07 now, and it has become one of my favorite guns. I've been carrying this gun with the Inforce APL-C on the front because I of course have a more discreet holster molded for it from QVO. Cajun Gunworks trigger, titanium nitride slide, grip, and everything from Danger Close Armament. It's just a very solid platform, and since I've been shooting a lot with this, especially drawing from concealment, when I draw out I can get on target much easier without having to angle my wrist down like I do with the Glock. It's sort of similar with the M&P as well, so I'm looking forward to getting that back, and I think I might actually go with a 4-inch M&P to compete directly with the size of the 19. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it, but for now I will be and have been carrying my CZ-P07. In the mag here, I'm carrying Federal HST 124 grains, great self-defense round. I've been carrying these for a while. I've bought in packs and packs of this ammo. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, it is always good to shoot some of the ammo that you are carrying with your carry gun. That way you know it actually runs. I ran into ammo in the past that did not function with the specific gun that I was carrying at the time. So if you do choose to carry, take it seriously and actually practice with what you are using. All right, how was that on time? Hopefully it didn't go too long for you guys. If you have any questions about anything that I just mentioned here, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. A couple of these things may be changing in the future, like I might be trying out some new knives, definitely a different gun once I get comfortable with a new one. Maybe I'll test out a new wallet if anything comes to my attention. Lights, those are always replaceable. I can test out pretty much anything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this EDC update. If you did, please leave a like. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but it really does help out the channel. If you are new to this channel, consider clicking subscribe because I make new videos every week, and that's going to be all for today. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.